Welcome to video number 3 in this three-part series of raising a power to a power exponential rules. Hey, math is easy step by step. So I'm going to move a little bit quicker through these particular videos since this is the third one and we've covered 2 videos of rules and examples. Let's just go ahead and get started. So in this example number 1, we have 3x to the negative 1 power raised to a power of 3. And so the rule is that you can multiply these powers. Remember, there's an invisible one right here with this coefficient of 3. I show you that there. If you're unfamiliar with the invisible ones, take a look at that video. It's very important you understand. It clarifies a lot of what we need to do with each of our step by step. So I show you that here. And remember, 3x to the negative 1 to the third power means this term times itself 3 times. But here, I'm going to move a little bit quicker. I'm going to multiply that 3 times both of these exponents. And that's what I'm showing you here in this next step. Invisible 1 times 3 and a negative 1 times 3 power raised to a power. And so 1 times 3 is 3. Negative 1 times 3 is a negative 3. And again, hopefully you've seen my videos on the invisible ones. And so I'd like to show you again how in the denominator's place, underneath the 3 cubed, and underneath the x to the negative 3, right, that there is an invisible one. I also want to show you here that this 3 and x are attached through multiplication. This means multiplication. So I'm going to separate them with the multiplication symbol. Again, show those invisible ones. It becomes extremely important in order to turn that negative exponent into a positive exponent. And remember, there's also that invisible one in front of that x, right? So the rule is, in order to change that negative 3 exponent into a positive, we take this fraction and we're going to flip it. All right, that's what we do here in this next step, as you can see here. I've rewritten this fraction here, 3 to the third power over 1 times. I flip this fraction here, so x is now in the denominator with a positive 3 exponent. We turn that negative into a positive, and that invisible one in the denominator is now in the numerator on the top. So we simply multiply top to top, bottom to bottom, and remember, there's that invisible one in front of that x cubed. So 3 times 1 is 3 to the third power. 1 times 1 is 1, x to the third power. We can simplify a little bit further. Remember, 3 to the third power means 3 times 3 times 3. Well, 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. And then we can't do much more with this x cubed in the denominators. We're just going to rewrite it in our final answer. Remember, math is easy step by step. Take it step by step. Hopefully you've seen my videos regarding invisible ones. Hey, let's take a look at example number 2. I have 1 over 2 times x raised to the power of a negative 2. So in order to change this negative to positive, the rule is, and I will create a video later that specifically goes over this rule, you want to flip this fraction. So 2x will be the numerator and 1 will be the new denominator. That will change that negative 2 into a positive 2, and you can see that here. So again, 2x that was in the denominator is now in the numerator, the top part of the fraction. Hey, that 1 on top now becomes the invisible one underneath that term 2x. right? And now that negative 2 exponential power of power is now a positive 2. It's that simple. Show these invisible ones. It will help you dramatically. So remember, this power to a 2 means 2x times 2x. So we have 2x here times 2x. And that's just the simplest way I can kind of explain it. 2 times 2 is 4. Remember, we multiply with these x's. We add those exponents. 4x to the second power is the answer for this particular problem. I got one more I'd like to show you. And this is example number 3. And this is really one of the simplest examples I could show you. We have y cubed raised to the power of 2, or y to the third power raised to the power of 2. Remember, the rule is you can multiply power to power, and 3 times 2. So I show you here in the next step, y to the third power times 2. What's 3 times 2? Is 6. The answer for this problem is y to the 6th power. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed this version of Math is Easy, step by step. Thank you for joining me.